Coming up next, girls high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV20.
Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to this very special sports presentation on WLCS TV20. I'm Tim Elkhorn with WEOL Radio, and yes, we're introducing to the television world tonight my broadcast partner, Wally Minnis. Wally, a Lake Erie League matchup here in girls basketball as the Lorain Admiral King Lady Admirals come to the Pioneer Gym to take on the Lady Pioneers, and I would say it's fair to say that it's been a disappointing season for Lorain Admiral King. 1-4 in Lake Erie League action, 3-6 overall. And for the Elyria Lady Pioneers, a good campaign. They're 4-0 in the LEL and a sparkling 8-1 on the season. But as the old saying goes, you throw out the records when it's Lorain Admiral King and Elyria High.
You know, this will mark the halfway point of the year for both teams. It'll be their 10th game. Still a long way to go for Admiral King. Paul Bieber's team can still pick up the pace and improve and get better. And they're going to have their work cut out tonight, though, Tim, against, again, a very good Elyria team. They come into this one having to do, Admiral King, that is, everything perfect. They're going to have to play a near-flawless contest tonight to hang in with Elyria, and then maybe down the stretch have a chance to beat them.
Wally, I think as you keep track of the numbers, one thing that we'll keep an eye on, turnovers for Lorain Admiral King, is if they don't turn the ball over and they're able to get the ball into their post players, be it Heather Salva and Jamie King, they could have some success tonight against Elyria High. But if they turn that ball over and Elyria's pressure defense wreaks havoc with Admiral King's offense, it could be a long night for Paul Bieber and company.
And to play devil's advocate, even if Heather Salva and Jamie King can do the bulk of the scoring and do what they can do inside, still, they're going to have to somehow stop or slow down Kate Veerhoff of Elyria.
Boy, she's a great player, averaging just under 20 points per ball game, only a sophomore, so certainly defensively, I'm sure Paul Bieber has a thing or two up his sleeve.
I hope it's a good one. It ought to be interesting.
Should be an interesting matchup. Hope you enjoy it right here on WLCS TV20. Again, we're glad to bring it to you, and we'll have the opening tip from the Elyria Pioneer Gymnasium as the Lady Pioneers take on the Lady Admirals from Lorain Admiral King. It comes your way on WLCS TV20 right after this.
Hello, I'm Chief Sal Rivera.
And I'm Officer Michael Phelan.
This year, the Lorain Police Department, in partnership with the Lorain City Schools and the Morning Journal, is introducing an exciting new program called Do the Right Thing. The purpose of the program is to publicly honor and recognize kids who display proper behavior and proper attitudes.
You can pick up a nomination form in your local city school or in the Lorain Morning Journal. Let's fill out those nomination forms so we can honor the kids who do the right thing in the city of Lorain.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Elyria High School for high school girls basketball as our Colson and Colson cage matchup tonight on WEOL. Thanks for joining us as the Lady Admirals of Admiral King have come in just 3-6 on the season to take on a very good Elyria Lady Pioneer team. Their record 8-1. A pretty good crowd on hand. We're only about 5 minutes or so from the opening tip-off in this one. And right now, let's turn things over to the man who will call all the action, our play-by-play announcer tonight, Tim Elkhorn. Tim, good evening.
Wally, good evening to you. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to the Pioneer Gym as we bring you this Lake Erie League matchup. Admiral King at 1-4 in the LEL. Elyria High 4-0 in Lake Erie League action. And Wally, as you mentioned, Admiral King 3-6 on the season. Elyria High at 8-1. And certainly for the Lady Pioneers, I think that record is even surprising to them. I thought Mike Walsh thought that this could be a rebuilding year here at Elyria High, even with sophomore sensation Kate Veerhoff. But they've come roaring out of the blocks, even though they lost their last ball game on Sunday against Westchester Lakota, 63-53. On the flip side for Lorain Admiral King, it's been a tough campaign so far, but I think Paul Bieber feels if they can get a win tonight, it could really turn their second half of the season around.
I would think the girls could only believe then that they can knock off anybody. The Elyria team, very good. You know, you mentioned Kate Veerhoff, obviously the go-to girl on the team, but there are a lot of girls with experience on this team. Christina Jackson, for one. Julie Cito played last year. Medvitz, Vargo. So they do have some experience. And what Mike Walsh said in your pregame talk with him, Tim, is that they play well together as a team. They like each other, and, well, you can't ask for much more than that.
Before we proceed much further, let me tell you the State Farm Insurance pregame show is brought to you by your Lorain County State Farm Insurance agents, for low-cost car insurance. Call your State Farm insurance agent today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And we welcome our listeners across Northeast Ohio and around the world as tonight's game and every WEOL Colson and Colson cage matchup this year, boys and girls, can be heard online at LorainCounty.com sports. Hear them live or on demand. For all the action all season, join your neighbors and log on to LorainCounty.com. So for those of you that have joined us via the internet, we welcome you along. And Wally, not only are we on the radio tonight, but we're also on television as tonight's exciting game between Lorain Admiral King and Elyria will be seen on WLCS TV20, Lorain City Schools television, on Thursday and Friday. And it will be seen Thursday at 3 and 8 p.m. and Friday at 3 and 8 p.m. Again on WLCS TV20, Lorain City Schools television. So you have the opportunity to make your TV debut tonight.
I like that. Can producer, engineer, cameraman Joe Bach make us look good, Tim? That's what I'm worrying about.
Every man has a challenge in life, Walster, and I think Joe Bach has met his tonight.
Right, the biggest ever.
Joe Bach, B-O-C-K, working single-handedly high above courtside here at the Pioneer Gym tonight.
Joe's up there nearly as high as the American flag. And speaking of that, we'll soon hear the national anthem. I think they're having some trouble with the public address system here, Tim.
Yeah, they are having some major problems with the PA system here at the Pioneer Gym. It is all broken up and staticky, so they're going to try to give us a rendition of the national anthem. And we'll see if they can get it through those speakers. From the Pioneer Gym, our national anthem. The playing of the national anthem here at the Pioneer Gym, and we're just about set to get this girls basketball game underway between Lorain Admiral King and the Lady Pioneers of Elyria High School. Let's review the starting lineups for you. For Lorain Admiral King under head coach Paul Biebler, they will start at guard a senior 5'8" tall Shayla Gilbert. Gilbert averaging 6 points per ball game. Also out front, another senior 5'8" Sierra Wooten. Wooten averaging just under 6 points per contest. Mia Stevens will start at guard as well. A senior 5'9" tall. Mia averaging 5.5 points per ball game. And those two post players that we mentioned, Heather Salva. Salva, a 5'11" senior, averaging 6.5 points per ball game. And the big 6'2" senior, Jamie King. King averaging just under 10 points per ball game. For the Elyria Lady Pioneers under head coach Mike Walsh, they will start at guard a senior 5'6" Allie Vargo. Allie averaging 3.8 points per ball game. Kate Veerhoff will start tonight, a sophomore 5'10", averaging 19.8 points per ball game. Jackie Medvitz, a 5'10" junior, gets the start. Jackie averaging just under 8 points per ball game. Nikki Jackson will start tonight for Elyria High. Nikki, a 5'8" senior, averaging 8.5 points per ball game. And rounding out the starting five, Julie Cito. She's healthy enough to go, Mike Walsh telling us before the ball game. So Julie will start, a junior 5'8", averaging just under 5 points per ball game. Jamie King steps into the center circle against Kate Veerhoff for Elyria. As you listen to the game here on WEOL, Admiral King here in the first half will go left to right along your radio dial, and Jamie King controls the tip. Mia Stevens flips it out front to Jamie King. King left to the lane. Drops it in the left corner to Sierra Wooten. Back to King. Bank shot good.
Just like Paul Bieber drew it up, Tim.
Jamie King with the first 2 points of the basketball game. And Elyria High now heads the other way, their first possession. On the right wing, Medvitz double teamed as she comes right of the lane, flips it out front to Kate Bierhoff. Kate thought about the three, steps into the circle, unloads it, missed it. Offensive rebound, Cito got her shot blocked by King. Out of there with it for Lorain Admiral King comes Wooten. Wooten gives the ball to Mia Stevens. Stevens at the base of the center circle against Kate Bierhoff. Bounce in the right corner to Shayla Gilbert. Gilbert matched up against Medvitz. Gilbert tried to lob it in to Jamie King and lobbed it right over her head out of bounds.
There was no way Jamie could get that one.
So Elyria going right to left along your radio dial. We'll get it for the second time tonight. We're just underway. Lady Pioneers down 2-0. Cito trying to get it in, and there's a 5-second call against Julie Cito. So the turnover by Elyria gives it back to Lorain Admiral King. Mike Clark, Mike DeCesar, and Bruce Hill working the ball game tonight as far as the officials are concerned. Mia Stevens down the right side to Sierra Wooten for Lorain Admiral King. Wooten out front to Heather Salva. Salva matched up against Jackson. Salva gives it back to Mia Stevens. Stevens lobbed right of the lane to Salva. Salva turns, shoots around the rim and out. Rebound fought for underneath the hoop. Gilbert has it for Lorain Admiral King. Throws it out front and at the half-court line. Sierra Wooten couldn't save it from going into the backcourt. Over and back, gives it back to Elyria. Lady Pioneers in their home white uniforms tonight. Red letters and numbers trimmed in black. And again here in the first half, Elyria going right to left along your radio dial. If you're familiar with the Pioneer Gym, they're heading towards the lobby or the concession area. Nikki Jackson drives the baseline on the right side and got fouled as she went up with the shot. First foul of the ball game on Lorain Admiral King's Shayla Gilbert. Puts Nikki Jackson at the free throw line to shoot two.
Tim, in our pregame, I think I referred to Nikki as a Christina Jackson. I'm thinking of the girl from Southview.
Nikki's first toss-up and in. 5'8" senior, a 64% free throw shooter. Elyria as a team, just under 70%. I'm sure Mike Walsh will take that.
That's not bad at all team-wise.
Nikki spins the basketball. Second shot is short. Rebound Heather Salva for Lorain Admiral King. Throws it down the floor, but overshot Shayla Gilbert. And the turnover gives it back to Elyria.
Well, the Lady Admirals can't start doing that. It's going to kill them.
2-1 ball game. Elyria down by a point. Paul Bieber a little frustrated off that last turnover.
And he ought to be.
Medvitz on the right wing. Tries to bounce it into Cito. Jamie King out of there with it for Lorain Admiral King. And here comes the Lady Admirals on the left wing. Gilbert, a three. Got it!
Mike Wall said in the State Farm Insurance pregame show, Shayla Gilbert can hit those. She just proved it.
Makes it a 5-1 ball game as Admiral King now with a 4-point lead. And as Elyria heads to the other end, they turn it over. Gilbert one-on-one against Cito. Comes right to the lane. Tried to put the brakes on and traveled with the basketball.
Paul Bieber disagrees with that call.
I thought it was a good call, though. Paul Bieber saying her foot never moved, but I'm not sure about that. 5-1 basketball game. Elyria down by 4. Kate Bierhoff will bring it forward against Mia Stevens. Bierhoff into the forecourt, top of the key, and Mia Stevens reached in and fouled her. And for Mia Stevens, that will be her first second-team foul against Lorain Admiral King. Comes with 5:51 to go here in the first quarter. Admiral King with an early 4-point lead. On the inbounds, Kate Bierhoff fell down. Inbounds pass on the right side to Jackie Medvitz. Medvitz double-teamed on the right sideline. Cross-court pass to Allie Vargo. Dumped it underneath to Jackson, who popped it in.
She was left all alone.
That makes it a 5-3 ball game. 5.5 minutes to go in the half. Into the forecourt comes Mia Stevens. Down the floor to King. Banked it in.
Jamie just took that low post, hoping someone would find her with a basketball, and they did.
Great ball movement by Lorain Admiral King. And as Elyria comes into the forecourt, Kate Bierhoff lost it out of bounds. Ball goes back to the Lady Admirals.
4 turnovers apiece.
7-3. Lorain Admiral King with a 4-point lead. 5:20 to go, first quarter. Salva in the backcourt. Lobs it up ahead to Mia Stevens. Stevens quickly into the forecourt. Lob to King. Left to the lane. Bank shot good. Boy, they've run the press breaker tremendously well. 9-3. Admiral King has popped it out to a 6-point lead, although Kate Bierhoff coming up the right side got bumped and fouled by Mia Stevens. And that's 2 fouls on Mia Stevens and Paul Bieber will have to go to his bench perhaps a little bit quicker than he wanted to. Here comes Amy Mahalski in the ball game. Mia will sit down with those 2 fouls. Amy Mahalski, 5'6" senior, has only scored 4 points on the year. Bierhoff out front to Vargo, drops it baseline left to Jackson, tried to force it underneath to Medvitz. Ball knocked out of bounds by Heather Salva.
Tim, defensively for Elyria, in that trapping press, they don't get back quick enough to double team Jamie King, and she got 2 in a row down low and made it very easy for her.
Mike Walsh goes to his bench. Samantha White checks in, 5'10" junior. Sitting down, Nikki Jackson. Inbound on the left wing to Veerhoff. Veerhoff comes left to the circle, shoots, rolled it in.
Got a good roll.
Kate Veerhoff with her first 2. She was also the recipient of a moving pick that was never called. Lob in the right corner to Shayla Gilbert for Lorain Admiral King. Drops it into Jamie King. Turns, shoots, missed it off the glass. Gilbert got it, put it up, rolled it in, and got fouled.
Oh, it hung on the rim and fell through. Nice job by Gilbert getting that offensive board.
Shayla with 5. She'll look for 6 at the free throw line. First foul against Elyria is called on the Lady Pioneers, Allie Vargo. Well, that ball was tantalizingly hanging on the rim, and it finally dropped in for Shayla, and she completes the 3-point play. 12-5. Admiral King with a 7-point lead. 4:38 to go here in the first quarter.
Ooh, Veerhoff almost walked.
Almost walked with the basketball. Vargo drops it on the left sideline to Cito. Back out front to Veerhoff. Veerhoff to the foul line. Shoots. It's short. Rebound grab by Cito. Cito in traffic. Lost the basketball.
Good job by Mahalski. She stole it from behind.
Got it ahead to Silva. Or Heather Salva, excuse me. Salva in the middle to Mahalski. Mahalski on the right-hand dribble against Kate Veerhoff. Mahalski top of the circle. Veerhoff bumped her. And they'll call the foul on Kate. Boy, she was being aggressive defensively. And she got nabbed with the foul. That's her second team foul against the Lady Pioneers.
Well, Veerhoff probably a little frustrated with their slow start. And I'm sure one of Paul Bieber's big fears is now gone, to get down early in a ball game against a very good Elyria team. And they've come out. His Lady Admirals have played well.
Mahalski on the right wing to Heather Salva. Salva drops it behind her to Sierra Wooten. Wooten lob right of the lane to King. Jamie in traffic, turns, shoots, misses. Rebound poked around, glances out of bounds off the hands of Kate Veerhoff of Elyria. Here comes Nicole Fraze in the ball game, 5'8" senior for Lorain Admiral King. And now Mike Walsh will get Cherry Eanes in the game, a 5'5" sophomore, along with Desiree Green, a 5'9" junior. Salva sits down for Lorain Admiral King. Allie Vargo on the bench for Elyria. Long inbounds into the backcourt for Amy Mahalski for Lorain Admiral King. 12-5. Lady Admirals up by 7, 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. And out front, Nicole Fraze traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, she started running with it before she dribbled it.
Turnover gives it back to Elyria. Julie Cito will inbound right in front of the Pioneer bench. Throws it into Cherry Eanes. Eanes through the center circle, quickly into the forecourt. Her pass deflected out of bounds. Right here in front of us, in front of the Lorain Admiral King bench. So deep in the corner, Cherry Eanes will now throw it in for Elyria. Slaps the basketball, throws it on the left sideline to Kate Veerhoff. Veerhoff to the foul line, into the lane, ran into King, lost the ball. Out of there with it comes Wooten. Wooten drives and scores.
Kate got flattened by Jamie King.
14-5, and now a whistle in the backcourt as the ball is knocked out of bounds. Kate Veerhoff ended up flat on her back as she ran into Jamie King.
It was as if she hit a brick wall.
And look at Jamie's dad, Terry King, opposite us with that big grin on his face.
Yeah, good old Terry.
On the left side for Elyria, Desiree Green down to the baseline, threw up a shot, missed it, got it back. Green throws it out front to Kate Veerhoff. Ball deflects into the backcourt, and that's over and back as Kate tracks it down for Elyria. Boy, the Lady Pioneers look a little discombobulated here in the early going.
Yeah, they do.
And Nikki Jackson will check back in for Elyria as Julie Cito will sit down. 3:10 to go. 14-5. Admiral King with an early 9-point lead. Mahalski into the forecourt against Cherry Eanes. Mahalski, top of the key, off on the right wing to Fraze. Fraze double-teamed right in front of the Elyria bench. Steps through the double team, right of the lane, unloads the shot, threw it short. Rebound grab, though, by Wooten. Right wing to Gilbert. Her shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Kate Bierhoff, and Nicole Fraze is called for being on the back of Kate Bierhoff. Fraze with her first foul. And for Lorain Admiral King, that is team foul number 4. 2:51 to go in the quarter. Admiral King with some pressure in the backcourt. Heather Salva will check back in at the next break for Lorain Admiral King. Into the forecourt, Desiree Green tried to throw it right of the lane to Nikki Jackson, who's checked back in and whipped it right over her head out of bounds.
Way too far. 8 turnovers on Elyria already. Admiral King with 5 in this one.
Jamie King gets a break for Lorain Admiral King, sits down with 6 points and no fouls. Kim Gardner has checked in along with Heather Salva for Lorain Admiral King.
It's a much smaller lineup now.
Gardner, a 5'1 senior. On the left wing, ball poked free, kicked into the backcourt, picked up by Mahalski for the Lady Admirals.
Elyria's picking up the pressure here defensively.
Mahalski left wing to Gardner. Gardner on the left sideline, on the right-hand dribble, comes left of the lane, tries to hand it off to Gilbert. Gilbert in the lane, drops it right of the lane to Fraze. Fraze threw the shot up in the lane, no good. Rebound tracked down and then lost by Desiree Green for Elyria. Now we've got a scramble at the half-court line. 4 girls down on the floor. Salva got tied up, jump ball, and the possession arrow gives it back to the Lady Pioneers.
Well, that was head over heels for a while there.
Here's Donzie Hammonds now in the game for Lorain Admiral King. Donzie, a 5'7 senior. So Paul Bieber has dipped deep into his bench here in the first quarter. Lorain Admiral King leading by a 9-point margin, 14-5. Bierhoff at the free throw line. Got fouled as she went up with the shot. Just kept backing in, and finally got Mahalski to whack her on the arm as she went up with it. For Amy Mahalski, that's her first foul. And Kate Bierhoff with a field goal in the ball game now will shoot 2. First one up and in.
Tim, what's going to happen here? Elyria is going to make its run. Whether they take the lead or get real close, the Admiral King girls then are going to have to regroup at some point in this game. If that doesn't happen, I'll be very surprised if Elyria doesn't make a run here. It may be beginning right now.
Bierhoff hit them both. Kate with 4 points in the ball game, 14-7. 1:58 to go here in the first quarter. Pioneers with full court pressure. Fraze throws it into Mahalski, bounces it right back to Fraze. Fraze being chased by Bierhoff. Fraze shy of the timeline, gives it to Mahalski, now throws it up ahead on the right wing to Donzie Hammonds. Lobs it into the post player Heather Salva. Salva lost it, tied up Samantha White, and the possession arrow gives it back to Lorain Admiral King.
It'll be interesting to see what the Admiral King girls do offensively now without Jamie King in there, but head coach Paul Bieber's got to be very careful with Jamie.
On the right wing, 3 in the air by Gardner, no good. Rebound put back up by Salva, no good. And we've got a whistle and a foul. Wally, on Kate Bierhoff's second free throw, did they call a lane violation?
They must have. They never put the point on the board, but I did not see that, Tim.
That may have been why there was some hesitation following.
I did not see the call. So, and no one has disputed that scoreboard, 14-6, so I guess it must have been.
And they do have Kate with only 3 points, so they must have called a lane violation. Heading to the other end, Kate Bierhoff drives and scores. Kate now with 5. Makes it a 14-8 ball game. So here comes that run you were talking about, Wally.
Mahalski just lost the ball out of bounds for Admiral King.
Ball goes back to Elyria with 1:27 on the clock. And there's Jamie King back in the ball game for Lorain Admiral King.
And Tim, what I meant about Paul being careful with Jamie is that sometimes Jamie's stamina isn't quite as good as, well, she needs a break every now and again. And, well, she just had her first one, but she's back in, as Tim said.
On the right wing, Nikki Jackson for Elyria High. Lobs it in the lane to Desiree Green. Green comes down the pipe and got fouled as she went to the hoop. And Desiree Green will shoot 2 free throws.
And 16 fouls already against Admiral King.
That one is on Kim Gardner. For Kim, that's her first. And as Wally said, that's now 6 on the Lady Admirals. So from here on out in the first half, Elyria will shoot free throws. Green will toss a couple up there, missed the first. Desiree, a 5'9 junior, averaging 5.5 points per ball game, 68% free throw shooter. Desiree will get one more. Line left. Second one up and in. Desiree with her first point of the ball game. It's now 14-9. 4 straight points by Elyria. Right side of the forecourt, Gardner tried to whip it down low to Jamie King. Ball knocked out of bounds by a hustling Samantha White.
Good thing White got back, because hadn't she, it would have been another easy entry pass to Jamie King for an easy layup.
Shayla Wright now in the game for Lorain Admiral King. Inbounds on the right side to Kim Gardner. Gardner tried to throw it into Jamie King. Jamie was getting pushed from behind, and the foul is on Elyria's Nikki Jackson. For Nikki, that's her first. For Elyria, their 4th team foul. On the right wing, Gardner out front to Mahalski. Lob into King in the lane. Banked it in.
Just like that.
8 points now for Jamie King. Quickly, Elyria at the other end. Pass underneath Nikki Jackson. Put it on the rim and missed it. Rebound grab by Lorain Admiral King. 50 seconds to go here in the quarter. Down the pipe comes Kim Gardner. Threw up a wild shot, but got fouled.
Gardner's got a lot of speed. She's not big, and that was a crazy shot, but she gets to shoot free throws.
The foul on Casey Branham, who's checked in for Elyria. 5'9" senior with her first. And Kim Gardner, 5'1" senior, will shoot 2. First toss up, banged it off the front of the rim, no good. Kim, a 55% free throw shooter. Don't forget, we're going to get you right into NHL hockey tonight on WEOL following Admiral King and Elyria. Gardner hit the second, her first point of the ball game, 17-9. And we've got a bumping foul on Lorain Admiral King. As bringing the ball forward, Cherry Eanes got fouled by Kim Gardner. For Kim, that's her second. And that gets Sierra Wooten back in the ball game. But Blue Jackets hockey tonight right here on WEOL. We'll join them in progress as they take on the Minnesota Wild.
With a new head coach, Columbus. Doug McLean, part owner, general manager, president, now the coach too.
Gonna do it all.
Yeah, he got rid of Dave King the other day. Blue Jackets kind of disappointing at 14-24 so far.
Eanes hit the first, and Cherry dropped in the second free throw.
She's a good free throw shooter.
17-11, 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Wooten just whipped it over the head of Amy Mahalski out of bounds. Another turnover by Lorain Admiral King. Elyria gets it back. Trailing by 6, 38 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Glad you could join us right here on WEOL. Cherry Eanes almost lost the basketball. Ball scooped up by Samantha White, gave it right back to Eanes in the left corner to Green. Underneath the Sammy White, missed the shot. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and it went off Jamie King. Although Paul Bieber says that ball didn't go off Jamie.
I think it did.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Mike Clark, Mike DeCesar, and Bruce Hill aren't buying Paul's argument. Bounce on the inbound. Underneath, Nikki Jackson got the feed and laid it in.
Nice play.
Nikki now with 5. And Elyria back to within 4 at 17-13. And at the other end, Desiree Green almost had a steal for Elyria. Ricochets off her hands out of bounds into the Lady Pioneer bench. Mia Stevens, Shayla Gilbert, Heather Salva all back in for Lorain Admiral King.
Right, the starters are back, and Admiral King's going to need them to make good decisions with the ball and to execute with the basketball, not make bad passes.
Salva to inbound out front to Mia Stevens, and Mia, not looking where she was, stepped into the backcourt. Boy, a careless over and back gives Elyria the final shot here in the first quarter. And Mike Welsh says, now I want to make a sub. He'll get Allie Vargo back in the ball game.
And this really hurts if Elyria hurts Admiral King, if the Lady Pioneers can convert here on the final shot.
Samantha White throws it in for Elyria. Gets it into Cherry Eanes. Eanes comes right of the lane, down the lane. The runner no good. Rebound Jamie King. Clock at 5. Out ahead to Sierra Wooten. Wooten into the forecourt. Long 3 off the glass. No. And that ends the first quarter of play. It's been a good one. 17-13. Lorain Admiral King by 4 at the end of 1 on the WEOL. Colson and Colson cage matchup.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Gym. Elyria and Lorain Admiral King locked in a good one in girls basketball. Elyria has the basketball to start the second quarter, and they turn it over on their first possession of the period. So the Lady Admirals get it back, leading 17-13. Paul Bieber telling his girls during the first quarter break, "You're playing very well. Keep it up." Into the forecourt comes Mia Stevens. Stevens puts the brakes on. Right of the lane to Salva. Her jumper right there.
Nice shot.
Heather Salva with her first 2 points of the ball game, 19-13. Quickly, Elyria heads to the other end. In the right corner, Medvitz. Medvitz comes right of the lane, in the lane. Got her shot blocked by Jamie King. Jump ball, possession arrow belongs to Lorain Admiral King. Boy, if you decide to take the ball into Jamie King, you're heading into tall timber.
And they've tried that, I think, maybe in some ways, trying to get Jamie in trouble. And a long pass down the floor, but stolen by Elyria.
Cito with the interception in the left corner to Medvitz. Her three, a beauty!
Nice shot.
Jackie Medvitz with her first 3 points of the ball game makes it 19-16. 30-second timeout by Lorain Admiral King. We'll take a break. 7:16 to go first half. We'll be back right after this.
Mom, Dad,
You are miserable parents.
I snuck out.
You caught me.
I lied. You knew.
I pushed.
And you pushed back.
invaded my privacy.
My privacy.
I hated it.
I hated you.
Why couldn't you leave me alone?
Just leave me alone.
I thought you were the worst parents in the world.
I thought you were the worst parents in the world.
Thanks.
Well, in minutes, Paul Bieber saw something he didn't like, and right away he took that timeout. They called it a two-point shot for Jackie Medvitz from the deep corner. It looked for sure like it was a three, but her foot must have been on the line. And then as Lorain Admiral King heads the other way, we've got a foul on Elyria. Jackie Medvitz picks up her first, sixth team foul on the Lady Pioneers. Jamie King left to the lane, turns, shoots off the rim and glass, no good. A rebound grab by Julie Cito. 19-15, Lady Pioneers down 4. Into the forecourt, Kate Bierhoff out front to Medvitz. In the left corner to Allie Vargo. Vargo drives the baseline, and underneath the basket, she traveled with the basketball. 6:50 to go first half. Lorain Admiral King and Elyria. First of two matchups between the Lady Admirals and the Lady Pioneers this year. Long inbounds pass, sails over the head and out of bounds for Sierra Wooten as Heather Salva tried to hit her on that fly pattern up the left sideline.
And I think that's what got Paul Bieber upset on that timeout, or just prior to it, was that pass by Salva when she tried to hit Jamie King down the floor. The pass wasn't even close, and it was picked off by Elyria. Long three from Bierhoff.
It's way short. Rebound ricochets out of bounds off the hands of Julie Cito. Kate threw up an air ball. 6:46 to go first half. Salva will try it again. There's another long pass down the floor. Mia Stevens got it. Throws it to a wide open Jamie King, who missed a layup. Offensive rebound put back up. Rolls off for Wooten. No good, but she got fouled. Boy, Jamie had a wide open layup. She shot about a 5-footer. All she had to do was take another step and just lay it in. But Wooten grabbed the offensive rebound, and she got fouled by Julie Cito. For Cito, that's her first.
I think King wanted to get rid of that basketball, shoot it that is, toward the basket before anybody got on her with defensive pressure. But she had plenty of time to get closer. You're right, Tim.
Sierra Wooten hits the first free throw. 3 points in the ball game for Sierra. 5'8" senior, averaging just under 6 points per contest, a 50% free throw shooter. 20-15, Lorain Admiral King by 5. Second toss on the way, right there for Sierra.
Two big ones there. That was important for Admiral King.
21-15, into the forecourt comes Cherry Eanes, left wing to Veerhoff. Cross-court pass on the right side to Medvitz. Back on the left wing to Veerhoff. Her three off the mark. Rebound fought for. Rolls out of bounds over in the right corner. And it went off Julie Cito of Elyria. Tell you what, Paul Bieber's got to feel pretty good about the way this thing's been going.
You're right, Tim. And Elyria still hasn't gotten on the same page.
Heather Salva has her inbounds pass kind of slip out of her hands, and a jump ball basically at the half-court line, and Wooten fouled Kate Veerhoff. For Sierra Wooten, that's her first personal, but puts Kate Veerhoff at the free throw line for the Lady Pioneers. Kate Veerhoff, 5 first-quarter points. She also has 2 fouls. Mike Walsh leaving her out there with those 2 personals. Veerhoff, line left, drains the front end of the 1-and-1. Kate has 6. Up next for Elyria, Saturday they go to Mentor. That'll be a struggle for Mike Walsh's club. Admiral King on Saturday will be at Shaker Heights. Kate Veerhoff hits the second. She's got 7, 21-17. Lorain Admiral King heads to the other end. Shayla Gilbert lob into Jamie King, left of the lane, threw it up, threw an air ball. Offensive rebound grab by Gilbert, who popped it in.
Great job by Gilbert. Right place, right time.
Shayla has 8 points, 23-17. Cherry Eanes in the backcourt trying to dribble around Mia Stevens, and Mia bumped her and fouled her, and that'll be 3 fouls on Mia.
She's probably going to take a seat here, and she is.
Mia Stevens with 3, back on the Lorain Admiral King bench. And Cherry Eanes, very impressive looking 5'5" sophomore for Elyria. First one up and in. 3 of 3 from the free throw line for Cherry Eanes.
Right, she must practice those free throws, Tim. She's very accomplished at that.
Line left, then red 24, trimmed in black. Second one on the way, nothing but net.
Tim, I didn't even jinx her there.
23-19, Elyria keeps pulling to within 4, and that's as close as they get. And now Admiral King head coach Paul Bieber says, I want another timeout. 6:09 to go in the half. 23-19, Lady Admirals by 4. On the Colson and Colson cage matchup.
Every time an adult gives up on our kids, every time we surrender to the belief that their future is out of our hands, another child is left behind. I'm General Colin Powell, and I don't believe in giving up. That's why I'm asking you to join America's Promise. Log on to americaspromise.org or give us a call. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you can do something important. Pull your weight.
Walster, the Boz is in the house tonight. Even score for the Lady Pioneers right down below us at the scorer's table. Mahalski in the game for Lorain Admiral King. Quickly up ahead to Gilbert. Her runner from the baseline, no good. Fight for the rebound, and we'll get a pushing foul on Lorain Admiral King. And now it's double bonus time for Elyria.
Double bonus, exactly right. You get 2 regardless, at least here for this half anyway.
And still 6:03 to go in the second quarter. 10 team fouls on Lorain Admiral King. And Cherry Eanes, who has 4 of 4 from the line tonight, hits the first. Cherry now with 5 points in the ball game.
Well, Elyria has a huge advantage from the free throw line in points, Tim.
Cherry Eanes finally missed one. 23-20. Jamie King with the rebound for Lorain Admiral King, gives it off to Mahalski. Mahalski lob on the left side to Sierra Wooten. Lob left of the lane to Salva. Put it up, in, and fouled. Heather Salva with a chance for a 3-point play.
Admiral King needs more out of that from Salva. She's got the ability to do that down low near the hoop.
Well, both coaches talked during the State Farm Insurance pregame show about Lorain Admiral King's size advantage. It was no secret. Paul Bieber saying if we don't turn it over before we get the ball into Heather or Jamie, we've got a good shot. And Mike Walsh said the same thing. If they get it into the block, we're in trouble. Heather Salva completes the 3-point play. She's got 5, 26-20. Lorain Admiral King by 6 into the forecourt. Cherry Eanes in the right corner to Medvitz. Back out front to Eanes. Around on the left wing to Kate Veerhoff. Bierhoff back out front to Cherry Eanes. Top of the circle to Bierhoff. Bierhoff into the circle. Top side to Eanes. Off on the right wing to Medvitz. Medvitz outside the three-point arc. Gives it out front to Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff against Mahalski. Bierhoff right of the lane. Scoops with two hands. No good. Offensive rebound. Nikki Jackson got her shot blocked by Jamie King. Gave it to Kim Gardner. And then Kim bounced it off her own foot out of bounds. What a block by Jamie King.
She just swatted that thing out of there.
Well, the ball was deflected out of bounds. I thought Kim bounced that one off her own foot. Salva to inbound. Throws it into Mahalski. Mahalski up ahead on the left wing to Kim Gardner. Gardner lob into King. Left of the lane. Steps in the lane. Bank shot good.
Hard off the glass, too.
King with 10.
Great game.
28-20. Lorain Admiral King by 8. Eanes in the right corner to Medvitz. Medvitz unloads the jumper. Air ball. Rebound. Nikki Jackson for Elyria. Jackson out front to Kate Bierhoff. In between the circles to Eanes. Around on the right wing to Medvitz. Her jumper off the rim, no good. Another offensive rebound for Nikki Jackson. Jackson in traffic. Flips it out front. Threw it right by Cherry Eanes. Out of bounds into the scorer's table. And how about the hands of the Boz?
Great catch. He can do it all, Tim.
Well, I just reached out and grabbed that thing like it was a whopper. 28-20. Lorain Admiral King with an 8-point lead in the basketball. They do not look like a 3-6 basketball team tonight. King right of the lane, turns, shoots, no, but got fouled. Jamie King, 5 field goals in the ball game for 10 points, and now she'll shoot 2 free throws. That foul on Elyria High called on Nikki Jackson. For Nikki, that's her second. And now Elyria Wally is up to 9 team fouls.
Yep, next one is double bonus, and Jamie would like to make them both here. Not that one.
First one skims off the rim, no good.
Tim's still waiting for that Elyria run. I thought we'd see it, but it really hasn't developed yet.
They got it down to a 4-point ball game on a couple of occasions, 19-15, 21-17, 23-19, but right now, Lorain Admiral King on a 5-1 run. But Jamie King missed them both. Rebound comes to Elyria. Into the forecourt, Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff, top of the circle, left wing to Cherry Eanes. Eanes drops it in the left corner to Desiree Green, now back in. At the foul line to Cito. Ball knocked out of her hands. Julie got it back. Top side to Kate Bierhoff. Her 3, off the mark. Long rebound. Heather Salva rips it away for Lorain Admiral King. Pushes it down the floor to Gardner. Gardner up the left sideline. Had her pass deflected. And there's a scramble left to the lane. Out of there with it, Samantha White for Elyria. White gives it off to Julie Cito. Here come the Lady Pioneers. 4:05 to go first half. Cito up ahead to Bierhoff. Baseline right. Her jumper off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound Amy Mahalski for Lorain Admiral King. 28-20. Lady Admirals by 8. Left side of the forecourt, Shayla Gilbert tried to bounce it into Jamie King. Will get a holding foul on Elyria High.
So Jamie will get more attempts. Back at the free throw line. Now they say Shayla Gilbert will be shooting.
Julie Cito committed the foul for Elyria. For Julie, that's her second. And now each team in the double bonus. So Shayla Gilbert, a 33% free throw shooter, will shoot 2. And she misses the first.
That's 3 in a row they've missed.
Paul Bieber right here in front of us.
Rather animated,
yes.
Tim.
Looked like someone stuck a giant needle in his back. Gilbert's second one off the mark. Rebound, fought for. Out of there with it, Elyria High. And we'll get a double dribble on Casey Branham. So the turnover gives the basketball back to Lorain Admiral King.
12 turnovers on each team, Tim.
Boy, Paul Bieber is going to say we've got an 8-point lead. It could be 12. They've missed 4 straight free throws. Left to the lane, Jamie King. Bank shot off the mark, no good. Rebound grabbed by Cherry Eanes for Elyria. Here come the Lady Pioneers. Eanes left to the lane, jump stop, bank shot, no good. Rebound out of bounds. It went off the leg of Desiree Green of Elyria.
Admiral King's out rebounding Elyria. That's played a big part in this too, Tim.
Wooten will check in at the next break for Lorain Admiral King. Mahalski right wing to Gardner, back out front to Mahalski. 3.5 minutes to go in a half. Mahalski, right corner. Gilberts unloads the bomb, missed it. Offensive rebound, put back up and in by Nicole Fraze.
Excellent job there.
And it's a 10-point lead for Lorain Admiral King.
And again, another offensive rebound for Admiral King.
Cito into the forecourt, puts the brakes on, flips it out front to Cherry Eanes. Top side to Casey Branham, down in the right corner, and the shot put up and in by Julie Cito. Cito with her first 2 points of the ball game makes it 30-22. Admiral King heads the other way. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Entry pass to King. Run to the lane. Hook shot, no good. Rebound, Gilbert got fouled as she went up.
Samantha White on the foul. Should be anyway. We'll see.
Foul on Nikki Jackson. No, they did call it on, actually, Desiree Green. Can't be on Nikki. She's on the bench. Desiree Green with her first foul. Shayla Gilbert to shoot 2, and she hits the first.
Finally, they hit again.
Shayla with a 9-point first half. And now Shayla Wright in the game for Lorain Admiral King. Admiral King in their road dark blue uniforms tonight. Gold letters and numbers trimmed in white. Shayla Gilbert got them both. 10-point first half for Shayla Gilbert. The lead's back to 10, 32-22. 2:44 to go here in the first half. Kate Bierhoff steps into the forecourt. Bierhoff on the right-hand dribble, looking on the right sideline, gives the ball to Casey Branham. Branham brings it all the way out front, puts the brakes on left of the circle, gives it on the left sideline to Desiree Green. Topside pass stolen by Shayla Gilbert. Gilbert heads to the other end, left of the lane, stops, shoots, and she traveled with the basketball.
She did. A great steal, but gave it right back.
Here comes Donzie Hammonds back in for Lorain Admiral King, replacing Shayla Gilbert. Strong game tonight from Shayla Gilbert, 10 first half points. Donzie Hammonds back in, no points, no fouls. Cito to inbounds, throws it into Kate Bierhoff. 32-22, Elyria down 10. Bierhoff into the forecourt, lobs it out front for Cito. Ball off her hands, out of there with it comes Fraze for Lorain Admiral King. Fraze into the forecourt, traveled. As she came into the forecourt, she tried to jump stop at the foul line.
And Paul Bieber's not going to believe it.
Paul Bieber is about as animated a coach as we've seen all year.
Yeah, I've never seen him like this. I mean, we've done quite a few Admiral King girls games, but boy, he is really up and going tonight.
Cito in the backcourt, up ahead on the right wing to Medvitz. Bounce baseline right to Bierhoff. Unloads the jumper. In and out. Rebound tipped out front. There's a race for the basketball. And out of there with it. Bierhoff lost it. Scooped up on the right side by Donzie Hammonds. Gives it off to Wooten. She'll unload a 3. It's short. Rebound comes off to Kate Bierhoff. 1:45 to go here in the half. Into the forecourt, Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff top of the circle. Spins to the foul line. Off on the right wing to Medvitz. Medvitz almost lost the basketball in the right corner to Branham. Her jumper around the rim and out. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and it went off Donzie Hammonds of Lorain Admiral King. 1:32 on the second quarter clock. Here comes Nikki Jackson back in for Elyria. Julie Cito will sit down.
And Mike Walsh getting a little concerned.
I was going to say, he's got a look on his face that he's not too pleased right now. Bierhoff trying to get it in.
Yep, Nikki Jackson had foul out of beyond.
Yeah, she pushed off trying to free herself underneath the basket. And the offensive foul on Nikki Jackson. That's 3 on Nikki Jackson. And it's not a player control foul, so we'll head to the other end as Nicole Fraze will shoot 2 free throws for Lorain Admiral King. 1:32 to go in the half. Don't forget, after the ball game, we'll have our Student Athlete Awards presented by the Liberty Auto Group. Fraze's first toss, no good. Ollie, we were talking before the ball game. We have 2 girls tonight that are student athletes. Each are in the top 5 in their respective classes.
I'll tell you, it's difficult to do when you play sports and have to study to maintain those grades like that. That's a lot of work. It really is. And there, again, to be recognized, we're glad we can do that.
Fraze split the free throws. She has 3 points in the ball game. It's now an 11-point lead for Lorain Admiral King. Quickly, Elyria at the other end. Branham, baseline left, puts the brakes on, out front to Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff against Mahalski. Bierhoff right to the lane. Threw it up, no, but got fouled. Well, Amy Mahalski did all she could right there, but Kate Bierhoff just overpowered her. Bierhoff will shoot 2. The foul on Amy Mahalski is her second. Kate Bierhoff back to the free throw line. She's 3 of 3 from the line tonight. Actually had a free throw taken away on an Elyria lane violation. Bierhoff's first toss, nothing but net. Kate with 8. 3 free throws here in the second quarter, has yet to convert a field goal here in the second period. Wooten sits down for Lorain Admiral King. Kate Bierhoff, line left, spins that basketball, sights it, shoots it, hits it. Kate with 9. Makes it a 33-24 contest with 1:20 to go here in the first half. Long inbounds pass deflects into the forecourt. A collision right in front of Mike Walsh. Mike ends up with the basketball, and the Lady Pioneers end up with the ball off the deflection. So Elyria with a chance to cut into that Admiral King lead even further. 33-24, Kate Bierhoff into the forecourt. Bierhoff in between the circles, comes right to the lane, down the lane, scoops, no, got fouled. Boy, Paul Bieber beside himself right here in front of us. And that will put Kate Bierhoff back at the foul line.
They called it on Mahalski again. That's her third.
That's not a good matchup for Lorain Admiral King.
Right, Mahalski's just not big enough to stand there with Bierhoff.
Kate back to the line. First one up and in. Bierhoff now in double figures with 10. She leads Elyria. Jamie King and Shayla Gilbert each have 10 for Lorain Admiral King.
Thank goodness for the free throw line for the Lady Pioneers. They'd be in big trouble.
Kate's second toss up and in. Bierhoff with 11. It's now 33-26. 1:05 to go in the first half. Shayla Wright into the forecourt, lobbed it right over the head of Donzie Hammonds out of bounds.
3 straight turnovers for Admiral King.
And that double-digit lead is down to 7. And here comes Elyria with a chance to cut into it even further.
And I'd be surprised here if it was Bierhoff or if it weren't Bierhoff to take the shot. I think she wants to go at it again.
Bierhoff comes around a Samantha White pick. Out front on the left wing to Medvitz. Medvitz comes down the pipe, threw up a wild shot, missed it. Rebound grab by Shayla Wright for Lorain Admiral King. On the left wing to Gardner, lob into Jamie King. Ball deflected out of her hands, out of bounds. Right now for Lorain Admiral King, you've got Mahalski along with Kim Gardner, Jamie King, Donzie Hammonds, and Shayla Wright. Heather Salva will check in at the next break for the Lady Admirals. 33 seconds to go in the half. Out front with the basketball, Kim Gardner. Top side to Amy Mahalski. Mahalski bounce on the right wing to Gardner. Gardner lob into Jamie King, right of the lane, bank shot good. Boy, does she use the glass well.
She sure does.
35-26, quickly at the other end, Elyria with the basketball. Left side of the forecourt, Cherry Eanes. Out front to Kate Bierhoff, right wing to Medvitz. Medvitz in between the circles to Eanes, clock at 5. Eanes backs up with the basketball, clock at 4. Long 3 off the mark, and the air ball. We'll give it back to Lorain Admiral King. No, the buzzer sounds, that'll do it. The clock ran out. A good first half for Paul Bieber and his team. They lead it by 9. Lorain Admiral King 35, Elyria 26. We'll be back from the Elyria Pioneer Gym after this on the WEOL Colson and Colson Cage Matchup.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
My name is Maya, and my cat's name is Milliam. This is Billy. I'm never Billy.
Where did you get Millie?
From the shelter. Next time I'm going to get a dog. And my dog's name is going to be Snowball.
Where are you going to get Snowball?
At the shelter. They take very good care of animals at the shelter.
Back out here at Elyria High School, Wally Minnis, Tim Alcorn, our engineers Kevin Mayer, Danny Perrick is back on the board, and well, we've got an upset in the making, as Tim told you with his individual stats. 35-26, Admiral King leads this one by 9. For the girls from Elyria, shooting in the first half, not much at all, 6 of 25. That good for just 23%. They have yet to hit a three-pointer. From the free throw line, Elyria has more points than from the field. They have 14 of 18 free throws. They're shooting 77%, and that's good. 13 rebounds. They've been out-rebounded by Admiral King by 7. 14 turnovers for the girls from Elyria, and a total of 13 team fouls, putting Admiral King into the 1-and-1 bonus with 7:04 left in the second and 3:50 into the double bonus. For the girls from Admiral King, shooting not bad at all. 13 of 29, 1 of 3 threes, 43%. Free throw line, Admiral King 8 of 14, 57%. So Elyria has outscored Admiral King from the free throw line by 6 points in the first half. Yet they still trail by 9. 20 rebounds against 7 more for Admiral King than for Elyria. 16 turnovers, though, for Admiral King. That's 2 more than Elyria has. 3 block shots for Admiral King, courtesy of Jamie King. And a total of 11 team fouls, putting Elyria into the 1-and-1 bonus with a minute left in the first quarter and 6:03 into the double bonus left in the second quarter. Again, 35-26 the score here at the half. And we'll keep it right here, and we'll get you into the second half of action very soon.
And again, we want to welcome the folks who are watching this one on television, WLCS TV 20. Of course, tonight that's not happening. They'll be watching on television tomorrow and Friday, 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television. A remarkable production. Another scintillating job by Joe Bach, B-O-C-K, high above courtside.
Sure is. The opposite side from us, Joe waving down to us. Joe, great job.
Wally, you
Good
and
to
I
be along with you.
We haven't broke the camera yet.
No, then that's amazing. You know what? We can't ask for much more than that.
Again, you folks in Lorain can watch it tomorrow and Friday, 3 and 8. Lorain City Schools TV 20. Here we go. Third quarter about to get underway. Elyria will have the basketball. They will go left to right on your radio dial. Out front, Jackie Medvitz, lob top of the circle to Veerhoff, steps into the circle, bounce left to the lane to Cito, and Julie traveled with the basketball. Mike Walsh puts his original starting 5 on the floor. Allie Vargo, Kate Veerhoff, Jackie Medvitz, Nikki Jackson, and Julie Cito. And Paul Bieber has his original 5 on the floor as well. And in the backcourt, Heather Salva traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, and boy, not a good decision by Heather. She either should have decided, well, I'll stop the dribble and dish it off or keep on going with it, but she was caught in between.
Salva, Jamie King, Mia Stevens, Sierra Wooten, and Shayla Gilbert for Lorain Admiral King to open up the third quarter. So the Pioneers get it right back after the Salva walk. Veerhoff on the left sideline, holding the basketball, lob top of the circle to Medvitz. Jackie Medvitz back on the left side for Veerhoff, and she overshot her. 3 turnovers in 31 seconds to open up the third quarter. Again, 35-26. Lorain Admiral King by 9 here at the Pioneer Gym. Glad you could join us on WEOL. King left to the lane, takes a dribble, turns, shoots, no good off the glass. Whistle and a foul on the rebound, and it will go on Lorain Admiral King. Foul on Heather Salva. For Heather, that's her first personal. Again, these two teams will meet again on Wednesday night, February 5th. At the Shot Palace over at Lorain Admiral King. Wally, you and I will be there on Friday night in boys basketball.
Right, Elyria Admiral King.
Elyria with a turnover. Salva right of the lane, banks it in. Heather with 7. That makes it a 37-26 lead for Lorain Admiral King. Over on the far side, Sierra Wooten knocked the ball out of the hands of Allie Vargo out of bounds, and they're going to say it went off Wooten. I think the Admiral fans thought that ball went off Vargo. Cito will inbound for Elyria. They're down 11. Throws it in to Jackie Medvitz. Medvitz in the backcourt, lobs it to Kate Veerhoff. Veerhoff streaks into the forecourt. Veerhoff, right of the lane, tried to bounce it in the lane to Nikki Jackson. Loose ball, out of there with it comes Mia Stevens, and she got fouled in the backcourt by Nikki Jackson, and that's 4 on Nikki Jackson for Elyria.
And she's going to sit down as Samantha White comes in.
So Nikki Jackson will take a seat with those 4 fouls and 5 points. Samantha White in, no points, no fouls. 37-26. Lorain Admiral King by 11, but they turn it over on the inbound. Salva overshot Shayla Gilbert.
2 turnovers on Admiral King, 4 on Elyria here in the half.
Ollie, I heard you tell Paul Bieber during the halftime break how many turnovers they had in the first half.
Yeah, he wondered out loud, or I was asking his statistician, how many turnovers did we have? And he didn't hear anything, so I said, Paul, you had 16. He did. Didn't like what I had to say, Tim.
Medvitz on the left wing to Samantha White. Samantha White against Jamie King. White out front to Allie Vargo. In between the circles to Medvitz. Medvitz lob in the left corner to Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff steps inside the arc, unloads the shot, and buried it. Kate Bierhoff with 13. Makes it a 37-28 ball game. Quickly, Lorain Admiral King at the other end. Wooten, cross-court pass left side to Gilbert. Left to the lane. Bank shot no good. Rebound loose in the lane. Out of there with it comes Gilbert. Run to the circle. The jumper. Too strong. Rebound grabbed by Wooten. Out front to Mia Stevens, and Mia says, let's recycle the offense. Lob left the lane to Salva. Bank shot in and out. Rebound grabbed by Samantha White for Elyria. And what do we get? A reach-in foul on Jamie King. Well, they're going to call it on Salva, actually. Foul on Heather Salva. That's her second.
They had 3 chances that time, Tim, and nothing would fall.
37-28. Lorain Admiral King with a 9-point lead. Cito to inbound. Lobs it into Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff against Shayla Gilbert. Bierhoff comes up the right side into the forecourt, changing hands on the dribble. Bierhoff top side to Jackie Medvitz. Medvitz against Mia Stevens. Medvitz down the right side to Cito. Cito back out front to Vargo. Left wing to Medvitz. Her jumper right there.
Almost a 3, but it's a 2.
Jackie Medvitz with 4 makes it a 37-30 ball game. Into the forecourt, Lorain Admiral King throws the ball away. Out of there with it, Medvitz threw it down floor, but she threw it right to Salva for Lorain Admiral King. Salva, run to the lane, stop, shoots, off the glass, no good. Rebound in the lane. Stevens got fouled as she went back up. Mia Stevens will head to the free throw line.
But that Medvitz shot was just what Elyria needed. Tim, I was about to say that it seems as too much the Elyria girls are looking for Bierhoff to do the scoring for them, where someone else has got to take control and say, hey, I can make the shot.
Mia Stevens to shoot 2. Line left. Mia averaging 5.5 points per ball game. 67% free throw shooter, but she misses the first. Wally, I see you like the peanut M&Ms.
Yes, I am. I need a little nutrition here. The sugar buzz.
You prefer the peanut over the regular?
Oh, yes.
Over the plain?
Most definitely.
Stevens line left, second one up, and way off the mark. Rebound grab by Julie Cito. Well, Lorain Admiral King has had opportunities from the free throw line. They have not cashed in. Medvitz in the right corner, out front to Allie Vargo. 37-30. Lady Pioneers down 7 with the basketball. Medvitz in between the circles to Vargo. Vargo comes to the foul line, stops, shoots, off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds in the deep corner, and the basketball still belongs to Elyria. Here comes Kim Gardner and Amy Maholsky in for Lorain Admiral King.
Excuse me, Tim. And talking with Shayla Gilbert's father at halftime, he was saying that basketball is not Shayla's favorite sport. It's volleyball.
Really?
She'll often tell you, she says, that she doesn't like basketball that much, but she's out here playing. How do you like that?
Just to stay in shape.
Interesting. Because her friends are playing, he said.
Medvitz in the right corner, broke free on the inbound, wide open, buried the jumper.
But he went on to say, though, oftentimes if they're playing horse at the house in the driveway with her brothers, that she'll beat her brothers shooting the basketball.
Gilbert left of the circle to the foul line, bounce on the right wing to Maholsky. Maholsky back out front to Gilbert. Wide open 3, too strong. Rebound fought for. Salva has it and banked it in.
Boy, Heather Salva's coming on now.
39-32. Lorain Admiral King pushes it back to a 7-point lead. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Medvitz out near the half-court line. Right side to Samantha White. White holding the basketball against Jamie King. White to the baseline, comes underneath the hoop. White in traffic, got hammered as she went up with the shot.
Jamie King on the foul.
Jamie made the mistake of coming out too far on Samantha White, and that gave Sammy the opportunity to drive by her and go to the hoop. And then Jamie, trying to catch up, committed the foul. For King, that's her first. At the free throw line, Samantha White. First toss on the way, in and out. See, when I did some football games for Joe Bach on WLCS TV20, he had the instant replay. Joe, that would have been a good one for the instant replay to show how.
You were setting him up there, right?
Yeah. Second free throw on the way, off the mark, rebound grab by Nicole Fraze for Lorain Admiral King. Lady Admirals head to the other end, leading by 7. Out front, Gardner stops, shoots, in and out, rebound off the leg and out of bounds of Jackie Medvitz. Lorain Admiral King will get it back. I told Joe Bach all I needed was the telestrator. We would have really had some fun. Left to the lane, Gardner puts the brakes on, tried to bounce it out front, ball deflected by Veerhoff. Mahalski has it for the Lady Admirals. Mahalski in between the circles, off on the right wing. Gilbert along, three, no good. Rebound grab by Allie Vargo for Elyria. Here come the Lady Pioneers, 3:45 to go, third quarter. Samantha White, right of the lane, in the lane, bank shot, no good. Rebound fought for. Cito has it, forced it up, no good. Fight for the rebound again. Salva has it for Lorain Admiral King. Outlet pass to Mahalski. Here comes Amy into the forecourt, unloads a three, and hit it! Wow. How about Amy Mahalski draining the three-point bomb, making it 42-32. 42-32, and Paul Bieber again, very animated right here in front of us. I think we're going to get a foul after the shot on Elyria. Oh my, they called it on Medvitz. For Jackie, that's her third. So Lorain Admiral King gets the three and the basketball. Can you believe that?
And Gardner tries a long shot for Admiral King, no good.
Missed a three from the right wing, rebound grab by Samantha White. Gives it off to Cherry Eanes. Eanes quickly on the right wing to Jackie Medvitz. Medvitz out front to Eanes. Down the left side to Julie Cito. Cito out front to Medvitz. 3:10 to go in the quarter. Lorain Admiral King by 10, and Elyria turns it over. Medvitz fired it right over the head of Julie Cito on the baseline.
I tell you, Tim, it's time. That's what I wanted to say. Keeps ticking off of this clock. Can put it all together. As each second goes by, Elyria is getting closer to their demise here.
In the backcourt with the basketball, dribbling through traffic, Nicole Fraze comes left to the lane, down the pipe, put it up and in!
From coast to coast.
Nicole Fraze goes 84 feet here at the Pioneer Gym, and it's 44-32, Lorain Admiral King at the other end. Cherry Eanes comes right down the pipe and drops it in for Elyria. Cherry Eanes now with 7, 44-34, and we've got a traveling violation on Lorain Admiral King in the backcourt.
Mahalski doesn't know what she did wrong.
2:43 to go in the third.
Neither does Paul Bieber.
Underneath the basket, Eanes, right wing, Medvitz, long three, off the rim, no good. Rebound poked out front. Out of there with it comes Fraze. Here she goes again, run to the lane, stop, shoots, short. Rebound grabbed by Medvitz, and we'll get an over-the-back foul on Nicole Fraze. Fraze with her second personal. For Lorain Admiral King, that's team foul number 4. That'll get Alana Lynch in the ball game now for Elyria. Alana seeing her first action, 5'11 senior, averaging 2.5 points per ball game. Have a piece of paper out on the floor. Official picks it up. 44-34, Lorain Admiral King by 10. In the backcourt, Cherry Eanes against pressure, dribbles up the left side into the forecourt. Eanes left of the circle. Bounce on the baseline to Medvitz. Medvitz top of the circle to Cherry Eanes. Eanes down the right side to Kate Veerhoff. Veerhoff right in front of the Lady Pioneer bench. Back to the basket. Now right of the lane. Threw up a jumper. Missed it. Rebound Donzie Hammonds for Lorain Admiral King. Donzie quickly into the forecourt. Puts the brakes on right in front of Paul Bieber. Out front to Mahalski. Mahalski comes to the foul line and then double dribbled the basketball. Well, she got called for a carry. Either way, it just didn't look good. Heather Salva will take a seat for Lorain Admiral King. Sierra Wooten back in. But as you said, Wally, that clock, like sand through the hourglass, is continuing to trickle away for Elyria. They're down 10. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Eanes in the backcourt, shy of the timeline, runs into Sierra Wooten, and they'll call the blocking foul on Sierra Wooten.
15 foul already against Admiral King.
That'll get Kim Gardner in the ball game for Lorain Admiral King.
I'll tell you, Tim, we'll see a real scramble in the fourth quarter on Elyria's part, depending how much they trail by, and chances are they will, down 10 now with less than 2 minutes here in the third. It's going to be something for Admiral King to hold on in this one.
Yeah, you'll see a mad rush by Elyria in the fourth.
Yep.
But Admiral King has withstood Every Pioneer charge so far.
Absolutely, Tim.
Cito at the foul line, pushes it right side to Lynch. Her jumper off the mark. Rebound poked into the corner. Scramble, knocked out of bounds by Samantha White. Lorain Admiral King gets it back. Still with a 10-point lead, 1:41 to go here in the third. Inbounds to Mahalski. Mahalski carried the basketball again. And that'll get Mia Stevens back in the contest for Lorain Admiral King. Mahalski will sit down. 44-34. Elyria trying to put a dent in that Lorain Admiral King lead. Inbounds to Lynch, right of the lane, bank shot good. Alana Lynch with her first 2 points of the ball game, 44-36. Quickly, Lorain Admiral King at the other end. King left of the lane, got free, got the pass, laid it in. Jamie King with 14, her first points here in the second half, 46-36. Lorain Admiral King again by 10.
Again, they cut it under double digits, and they answered right back.
Bierhoff, right of the circle, right of the lane, puts the brakes on, turns, shoots, hits.
That was pretty.
Kate Bierhoff with 15, 46-38. Admiral King at the other end. Out front, Gardner with the basketball. Left wing to Donzie Hammonds, lob into King, left of the lane, bank shot, good off the glass.
Yeah, little turnaround half hook shot there, too, by King.
48-38. Lorain Admiral King withstanding Elyria's runs. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Bierhoff in between the circles. Bierhoff holding the basketball on her right hip, matched up against Hammonds. Hammonds reached in and stole the ball. It's loose at the half-court line, scramble, and they'll call Donzie Hammonds for tripping up Kate Bierhoff. Donzie almost had the steal, and then a scramble at the half-court line. Donzie sent Kate Bierhoff tumbling, and they'll call Donzie with the foul. Here comes Heather Salva and Shayla Gilbert back in the ball game for Lorain Admiral King. Donzie Hammonds and Shayla Wright will sit down. 37 seconds to go, third quarter. Inbounds goes to Kate Bierhoff in the backcourt. Bierhoff crosses the timeline, in between the circles, off on the right wing to Vargo. Lob underneath the Bierhoff, who broke free and laid it in high off the glass.
Good pass by Vargo.
Bierhoff was 17, 48-40. Here comes Lorain Admiral King. Stevens left side to Gilbert. Gilbert to the foul line. Bounce right wing. Stevens, her three. Off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound. Salva put it up and in.
Weak side rebound. Heather was there. Again, right place, right time. It came right to her. And another turnover.
50-40. At the buzzer, a three in the air by Stevens. Off the mark, and that'll close out the period. Will we see a Lady Pioneer charge here in the fourth? Admiral King by 10, 50-40 as we go to the final 8 minutes on the WEOL Colson and Colson cage matchup.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Gym. We've got a good one going on. Lorain Admiral King by 10 as we start the fourth quarter. Lady Admirals with the basketball. Stevens at the foul line, threw up the jumper, no good. Mia got it back on the left wing.
Good hustle.
Stevens at the three-point arc, and we'll get a reach-in foul on Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff with her third personal.
And again, Admiral King out-rebounded Elyria in that quarter, Tim. They've out-rebounded them by 9 tonight.
Right here in front of us, Heather Salva right in front of the Admiral King bench will throw it in. Salva gets it into Shayla Gilbert, bounce in between the circles to Stevens. Mia Stevens, lob right of the lane to Salva, turns in the lane, bank shot off the mark. Heather got it back, put it up, no good. Rebound Gilbert in traffic, muscle it up, no good. Rebound Salva, off the glass, no good. Rebound Jamie King, put it up and in.
And the fifth try, they get it.
Wow. Jamie King with 18, 52-40.
And talking about out-rebounding, we saw it right there.
Medved's in the right corner, out front to Cito. Her jumper from the circle, way off the mark. An air ball simply sails out of bounds as Nikki Jackson couldn't save it in for Elyria. Lorain Admiral King leading by 12. Elyria with full court pressure. Mia Stevens lobs it up the left side. Overshot Shayla Gilbert. Ball knocked out of bounds, but Julie Cito actually tipped it out for Elyria. We'll have the boys' version of Admiral King Elyria this Friday night right here on WEOL, our Colson and Colson cage matchup from the Shot Palace. Stevens, right wing to Wooten, and Wooten coming down to the baseline, got a bit of a bump. Foul against Elyria. Foul on the Lady Pioneers. Called on Allie Vargo. That's her second.
15 foul.
Inbounds in the lane. King up. No, but Jamie got fouled.
Tim, I don't think Elyria has an answer here.
You know, I was going through my running score. As close as they got in the third was 5. 37-32. And then a 7-0 run by Lorain Admiral King pushed it right back out to that double-digit lead. Jamie King, line left, free throw up and short. Jamie is 0 of 3 from the line tonight. And foul on Elyria was called on Julie Cito. For Julie, her third. King, short on the second.
Lane violation.
And we'll get a lane violation on Elyria. Jamie King will get one more crack at it. She has a game-high 18 points. Heather Salva with 11. Shayla Gilbert with 10 for Lorain Admiral King. Kate Veerhoff leads Elyria with 17. King with one more opportunity. Got it.
She put a little bit more on that. Her first two were short. That time a little stronger.
53-40. Into the forecourt, Kate Veerhoff for Elyria. They need to make a run. Jackson on the left sideline at the three-point arc. Out front to Medvitz. Down the right side to Vargo. Allie will unload the jumper. Way off the mark. Rebound comes off to Jackie Medvitz, though. Bounce in the lane to Kate Veerhoff. Strong to the bucket. Missed the shot. Rebound Jamie King. Outlet pass Shayla Gilbert. Right of the lane. Got bumped. Threw up the shot. No good. Rebound Allie Vargo. Boy, I can't believe there wasn't a foul there. Vargo, long pass down the floor. Nikki Jackson under the hoop. Laid it up and in. Timeout, Elyria. 53-42. Pioneers within 11. 6:34 to go, fourth quarter. We'll be right back on the Colson and Colson cage matchup.
Keep your pets safe this winter. Wash your dog's paws to remove harmful salt from walking on the streets and sidewalks. Keep cats indoors. Clean up antifreeze spills. Limit outdoor exercise. Breathing cold air for extended periods can damage your dog's lungs. Don't play summer games in the winter. It can cause a serious case of frostbite. If your pet shows signs of frostbite, keep it warm and take it to your veterinarian for immediate treatment.
Mike Walsh takes his first timeout. He has 4 remaining. 53-42. Lorain Admiral King with an 11-point lead. Wooten in the backcourt, behind her to Salva. Salva puts the brakes on, throws it up ahead to Wooten. Sierra Wooten in the left corner to Gilbert. 19-footer, in and out. Rebound ripped out of there by Nikki Jackson. Then she had to save it in bounds, but she got it to Cito. Quickly down the floor to Veerhoff. Veerhoff changing hands on the dribble. Veerhoff right wing, stops, shoots, no good. Rebound Heather Salva. Salva gives the ball to Mia Stevens. Quickly up ahead to Sierra Wooten. Wooten left to the lane, forced up the shot, missed it. Rebound poked around. King goes down to the floor to get it. Got tied up by Julie Cito. And the possession arrow gives the basketball to Lorain Admiral King. Gives it to Elyria. 6:02 to go, fourth quarter. Elyria down by 11. Again, Elyria unbeaten in the LEL at 4-0. Admiral King 1-4 in the league. Cito bounces it into Cherry Eanes, who's checked back in for Elyria. Eanes through the center circle, left wing Veerhoff. Kate thought about the three, back out front to Eanes. Cherry Eanes backs up with the basketball, flips it to Veerhoff, down the left side to Nikki Jackson. Jackson straddling the three-point arc, drives the baseline, comes around King, missed the shot. They'll say Jamie hit her.
Wow.
Jamie King with her second foul.
And Paul Bieber's doing kind of motioning what I'm thinking is that Jackson just jumped into King. Jamie had her hands up extended and Nikki just went into her. That's what I thought.
Nikki Jackson, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Line right. First one on the way. No good. Nikki on the night, 7 points in the basketball game. Again, we'll have Columbus Blue Jackets hockey to follow right here on WEOL. They're in Minnesota tonight to take on the Wild. Nikki Jackson, second toss, no good. Long rebound comes off to Medvitz, though. Medvitz flips it out front to Veerhoff. Veerhoff with the long jumper, way off the mark. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and it went off Julie Cito of Elyria. Julie helped Sierra Wooten to her feet. 5:36 on the clock. Lorain Admiral King with an 11-point lead. Salva will inbound for Lorain Admiral King. Throws it in. Ball deflected, but grabbed by Wooten. Far side. Flips it up ahead to Gilbert. Gilbert, quick stop underneath King. Bank shot of beauty.
That's how it's gone all night. And boy, Admiral King loves that.
King with 21. Julie Cito goes down, and she's in pain underneath the hoop.
I think it's an ankle.
55-42. Lorain Admiral King with a 13-point lead. Second time tonight they've had a 13-point advantage, their biggest of the evening.
She has a cramp, not rather than her ankle.
Yep.
Yep, they're trying to work that out. Cito.
Trainer for Elyria immediately out onto the floor. And Hamker.
Yep. Ann's been here at Elyria several years now.
You know, Ann told me a story during the softball season, Wally. Do you know why softball pitchers can just throw and throw and throw and never get tired and never hurt their arm?
I thought you mentioned that one time.
Ann told me
the answer is
because of the fact that way back.
Old cavemen.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
We were all hunters and gatherers. And people would scoop up their food and kind of gather up their food. And so the natural motion of the arm is to come down towards the ground and kind of scoop, much like a softball pitcher. And it was Ann that educated me on that.
I like that.
And tonight she told Boz all about it. She was actually telling Boz about the hunting and gathering.
How did he like that story?
He thought it was a great story.
It is. Very interesting.
Well, they've worked the cramp out of Julie Cito's leg.
And why there are so many injuries for guys who throw overhand in fast pitch baseball, maybe.
It's the most unnatural motion.
Way, right, you're going the other way.
All right, here we go. 55-42. Lorain Admiral King with their biggest lead of the night, a 13-point advantage over Elyria, 5:25 to go. Nikki Jackson bounces it into Cherry Eanes. Lorain Admiral King with pressure in the backcourt. Eanes dribbles right through it into the forecourt. Right wing to Jackie Medvitz. Medvitz flips it out front to Kate Veerhoff. Veerhoff got away with a walk. Comes right down the lane, scooped it up. No, but she got fouled. 5:13 on the clock. Veerhoff back to the free throw line where she has been dead letter perfect tonight. 7 of 7. Foul on Lorain Admiral King, called on Jamie King, her third. Kate Veerhoff. Well, sometimes you forget she's only a sophomore. Very special player. Veerhoff with 18 now as she hits the first and stays perfect at the foul line.
Of course, Lisa and Jessie, her older sisters, playing at Indiana State.
And both doing well.
Yep.
Line right. Kate Veerhoff misses on the second. Rebound tipped around. Nikki Jackson has it left of the lane. Banked it up and in. Nikki Jackson with 9. And it's now 55-45.
And here goes the scramble.
Into the forecourt comes Lorain Admiral King, and out front, Nicole Fraze traveled with the basketball. So a turnover gives it back to Elyria, and this could be the Pioneer run that we were talking about.
And it's going to have to be.
55-45. They're down by 10, under 5 minutes to go. Eanes into the forecourt, right down the lane. Left baseline to Alana Lynch, who dropped in the jumper. 55-47. A 13-point lead just like that is down to 8. Into the forecourt. Kim Gardner double team, tried to step through it and traveled with the basketball.
Boy, Admiral King needs a basket on their next possession to break this Elyria run. First, they have to stop them.
And you wonder when Paul Bieber might take a timeout. He's got 3 left. Far side, Nikki Jackson throws it into Cherry Eanes. Eanes almost walked in the backcourt. Flips the ball to Kate Veerhoff. Veerhoff on the right-hand dribble. Out front against Shayla Gilbert. Veerhoff, top of the key, to the foul line. Puts the brakes on, unloads the shot, got it partially blocked. Ball scooped up by Nikki Jackson, and Nikki dropped it in. She's got 11. 55-49. And into the forecourt comes Kim Gardner, and she got fouled. Wally, a 7-0 run by Elyria High has taken a 13-point lead and trimmed it to 6.
We thought we'd see an Elyria streak toward the finish, and that's what they're doing. Boy, Gardner has a couple of big free throws. Actually, the 1-and-1 here. She needs to hit this first one.
Kim Gardner, a 5'1" senior. The diminutive one out there. She has split 2 free throws tonight, 1 point in the ball game. Line left, spins the basketball. First one up, no good. Rebound grabbed by Nikki Jackson for Elyria. Here come the Lady Pioneers into the forecourt. Jackie Medvitz, cross-court pass, left wing, Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff out front to Cherry Eanes. Eanes right down the lane, tried to bounce it to Nikki Jackson, and the ball went out of bounds. Here comes Jamie King back in the game for Lorain Admiral King, along with Sierra Wooten.
She got her brief rest. I think that's Jamie's last. Eanes has played a good game, but that was one bad pass that she wishes she hadn't have made.
I think Jamie King will get one more rest before the night is over. A lot of clock left.
She just sat down briefly. She might, but they're going to need her. Well, we'll see. Down to a 6-point game.
Stevens in the backcourt, pushes the ball up ahead to Sierra Wooten. Wooten lost it at the half-court line. Cito with the steal, into the forecourt, bounce to Jackson, who laid it up and in. Timeout, Lorain Admiral King. Their lead is down to 4, 55-51. Jackson now with 13, and Elyria within 4 with 3:54 to go on the Colson and Colson cage matchup.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Admiral King with a turnover off the timeout. Elyria has the basketball, down 4. Bierhoff, left wing, the jumper off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Shayla Gilbert, and she walked with the basketball. Well, Beaver saying she got pushed.
Well, there wasn't Elyria body there, but she just ran into her. I don't know if there was a push. There was contact, and she may have taken that extra step. Needless to say, nothing's going right for Admiral King right now.
Their lead, which was 13, now down to 4. Inbounds pass to Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff in between the circles to the foul line, stops, shoots, rattled it in. Kate with a 20-point ball game, and it's now 55-53. Lorain Admiral King's lead all the way down to 2. Mia Stevens lobbed in between the circles to Shayla Wright, hands the ball off to Wooten, back out front to Mia Stevens. Stevens baseline right, threw up a wild shot, no good. Rebound, Julie Cito. Here comes Elyria with a chance to tie or take the lead. Eanes left of the lane, stop, shoots, hits! The game is tied. Cherry Eanes with 9, and it's 55-55.
13-0 run. It was 55-42.
In the backcourt, Shayla Wright gives it to Mia Stevens. Lob up ahead to Gilbert. Gilbert outside the three-point arc. 55-55, a 13-point run by Elyria. Stevens off on the left wing to Shayla Wright. Back out front to Stevens. Stevens holding the basketball, some pushing and shoving down low. Jamie King and Nikki Jackson. And I think Jamie King's going to be whistled for an offensive foul.
And she's limping, too.
And that puts Nikki Jackson at the free throw line at the other end. Jamie King now with 4. She's trying to walk off. An ankle injury. Nikki Jackson heads to the free throw line. She can put Elyria into the lead.
The question is, can Admiral King regroup here, Tim? I don't know.
Here comes Shayla Wright in the ball game for Lorain Admiral King. Jamie's going to sit down. And she's still hobbling a bit right here in front of us. Nikki Jackson on the night. 1 of 4 from the free throw line. First toss up, in and out. Rebound. Medvitz in the lane, got her shot blocked. Jump ball, and who comes out of there with it? Lorain Admiral King. 2:34 to go, and we are tied at 55. Heather Salva to inbound. Throws it into Amy Mahalski, back in for Lorain Admiral King. Back to Salva. Salva on the dribble into the forecourt. Right wing to Wooten. Wooten outside the three-point arc. Lob into Salva. Salva in the lane. Nice pass underneath the right, who laid it in.
Perfect pass.
Shayla Wright with her first 2 points of the ball game. 57-55. Back at the other end. Bierhoff with the jumper from the baseline. No good. Whistle and a foul on the rebound, and it's against Elyria.
Both Cito and Bierhoff are there. I think it's against Kate. I believe so. We'll see. No, against Cito.
Foul on Julie Cito is her fourth. And Lorain Admiral King. 2:13 to go at the free throw line. Shayla Gilbert will shoot 1 and 1. 3 of 5 from the line tonight. Gilbert, line left. Free throw on the way. No good. Rebound. Salva fights with Cito. Jump ball. Possession arrow. Elyria High. 2:12 to go. That'll get Donzie Hammonds along with Kim Gardner back in the ball game.
And Jamie King's laying down on the floor right below us as the Elyria trainer Ann is trying to work out either a cramp or something wrong. And I think it's kind of a turned ankle that's bothering Jamie a little bit. It's right down below us. Jamie's up on her feet now.
Amy Mahalski will check back in for Lorain Admiral King. 57-55, Lady Admirals. Into the forecourt quickly. Cherry Eanes for Elyria. Left of the lane. Bounce underneath to Jackson. Jackson double team. Right wing Medvitz. Her jumper off the back of the rim. No good. Cito with the rebound. And Julie will be called for being on the back
of Heather Salva.
Julie Cito has just fouled out of the basketball game. That's it for Julie Cito. Her night is done.
So maybe the Lady Admirals are regrouping here, up by 2 with a chance to make it more. Although it is just a 1 and 1. The 9th team foul next one will be double bonus for both teams. Salva needs to make the first for the Lady Admirals.
Heather Salva, line left, 11 points in tonight's ball game. Wally only a 29% free throw shooter, but she's 1 of 1 from the line tonight.
So the odds are not very good that she'll make this one if she's just 29% and has already made one. But Paul Bieber and Admiral King hoping that she can do it 2 in a row. 3 in a row if she makes the first one, maybe.
Alana Lynch will check in now for Elyria, as Mike Walsh utilized all 60 seconds he had to get somebody in the ballgame, trying to ice Heather Salva. Line left, free throw up, bounced high off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Kate Bierhoff. Bierhoff with the basketball for Elyria. Under 2 minutes to go, it's a 2-point ball game. Top side to Cherry Eanes in the left corner to Jackie Medvitz. Medvitz right of the circle to Lynch, back on the left wing to Medvitz. Her jumper around the rim and out. Rebound tracked down on the baseline by Donzie Hammonds for Lorain Admiral King. The Lady Admirals are up 2. Mia Stevens quickly down the floor to Kim Gardner. Gardner brings it back out front to the half-court line. Gardner at the base of the center circle on the right wing to Donzie Hammonds. Gives it to Mia Stevens.
They've spread the floor.
Stevens out front to Salva. Salva dribbles through a double-teamed and got fouled.
Eanes or Medvitz. Medvitz on the foul.
Jackie Medvitz with her 4th.
And that's double bonus now, but it's Heather Salva who's back there.
Heather Salva, who just missed one. Now 1 of 2 from the line. But she's shooting 2, Wally. Double bonus.
Double bonus, right.
In and out on the first. And Wally, this isn't the first time that Lorain Admiral King has missed foul shots. I'll be interested to see what your final numbers are from the charity stripe.
Yeah, well, they were 0 of 2 in the third. 8 of 14 at the half. And here in the fourth, just 1 of 5.
Salva's second toss, no good. Rebound grab by Medvitz. So it's still 57-55, Lorain Admiral King. 1:20 to go. Bierhoff top of the circle for Elyria. Bierhoff to the foul line, backs into the lane, forced up the shot, no, but got fouled. Jamie King had checked back into the ball game for Lorain Admiral King. Not for long. She has just fouled out. Jamie King with a strong 21-point ball game, but her night is over. Jamie King still going to walk around on the floor. Paul Bieber having a conversation with Mike Clark here at the scorer's table.
Lay down the stretch and not having your leading scorer in there. It's going to be difficult for Admiral King. Paul Bieber's got to pick a girl to get off the bench, and he does.
You know, if Lorain Admiral King comes out of here with a victory tonight, I don't know if Paul Bieber will have a voice left for our post-game show.
Boy, he's been all over the officials. He has been. They've all had an earful. He's intense. He really wants this game badly.
Kate Bierhoff at the line. She's only missed one tonight. Line right, first one up, around the rim and off. Well, she's now missed 2 in a row. 1:15 on the clock. Bierhoff will shoot one more. Dips, shoots, got it. Kate with 21, 57-56. It's a 1-point ball game. Wooten in the backcourt, lobs it down the floor. Eanes knocked it away. Out of there with it comes Gilbert, who drives and scores.
What a huge play.
Shayla Gilbert with a dozen. 59-56. Admiral King by 3, a minute to go. Medvedson in the forecourt for Elyria. Out front to Cherry Eanes. Eanes on the right-hand dribble down the left side to Nikki Jackson. Jackson to the baseline. Jackson against Salva. Bangs into Salva, and they'll call the charge on Nikki Jackson.
Finally, Paul Bieber says a call goes our way.
And that's it for Nikki Jackson. She fouls out of the ball game. 48 seconds to go. And again, Mike Wallace is going to utilize every second he has before he makes his substitution for Nikki Jackson. Nikki down with 13 points. Wally, 2 nights in a row, we've had a barn burner here on WEOL.
Right, pretty good action. Last night, of course, Westlake's 1-point win at the buzzer on the Scott Weber 3-pointer that beat Avon Lake, and here tonight.
So here we go, 48 seconds to go. Salva will throw it in for Lorain Admiral King. Gets it into Wooten. Wooten in the backcourt, quickly up ahead to Shayla Gilbert. Gilbert on the left wing, puts the brakes on at the 3-point arc. Bounce out front to Wooten. Wooten off on the left wing to Gilbert. 38 seconds to go. Gilbert holding the basketball, dribbles to the center circle. Gives it to Stevens at the half-court line. Stevens gives it back to Wooten. Wooten double team. Out front to Salva. Lost the basketball. It's loose. Scramble for it. Bierhoff has it. Tied up. Possession arrow.
Admiral King's, I think.
Lorain Admiral King with 25 seconds to go. Timeout. Paul Bieber. 59-56. Lorain Admiral King nursing a 3-point lead. Can they hold on for the final 25 seconds? We'll find out after this on the Colson and Colson cage matchup.
While progress should never come to a halt, there are many places it should never come to at all. So we work locally with communities, businesses, and people like you to save precious places around the world, forever. I'm Paul Newman. Help the Nature Conservancy save the last great places.
Tell you what, Paul Bieber exhorting his girls right here in front of us.
Right.
Telling them to hold on to the ball and don't foul.
Don't foul, and he's expecting the double teams, and he said when that happens, reverse the basketball. Just reverse it.
59-56. Salva to inbound. Opposite side. Salva gets the basketball. Throws it in the backcourt to Mia Stevens. Stevens being chased by Cherry Eanes. Stevens bounces it behind her to Salva, who walked with the basketball.
She carried it, yep. And Bieber does not disagree with that one. He knew it.
Timeout, Mike Walsh. 20.9 on the Pioneer gym clock. Elyria down 3. Will they go for the bomb right here? We'll find out after this quick timeout on the Colson and Colson cage matchup.
There will always be honor. There will always be courage. There will always be commitment. There will always be pride. And there will always be a need for those who make sure it is so. Maybe you have what it takes to be one of us, the few, the proud, the Marines.
20.9 seconds on the fourth quarter clock here at the Pioneer Gym. 59-56. Lorain Admiral King with a 3-point lead, looking to hand Elyria their first Lake Erie League loss. For the Pioneers, Jackie Medvitz, Allie Vargo, Kate Veerhoff, Cherry Eanes, and Alana Lynch. Medvitz will inbound. Far side of the forecourt, throws it in the backcourt to Kate Veerhoff. Veerhoff through the center circle against Shayla Gilbert. Veerhoff out front, tries to come around, and Alana Lynch pick. Veerhoff double team, ball deflected, out of there with it, Mia Stevens. Stevens heads to the other end and got fouled from behind by Cherry Eanes with 9 seconds to go.
Wow, they were all over Kate Veerhoff. She tried to find someone to pass it to. She knew she couldn't take it on her own. But the Admiral King girls were there, quick hands, swatting that ball away, and the pass from Veerhoff was not to the girl, to her teammate, that it was intended.
Mia Stevens has yet to score tonight. Scoreless in the ball game. First trip to the free throw line tonight. 67% on the year. First one on the way. In and out. Oh, the free throw line.
Yep, killing those Admiral King girls.
Timeout. Mike Walsh will keep it right here as the Elyria head coach takes his second full timeout. If Mia Stevens hits the second free throw,
2-possession game.
This game is pretty much in the book for Lorain Admiral King. 2 possessions and 9 seconds.
Tim, they're 1 of 8 free throws here in the fourth.
Oh, my goodness.
Just even one more. One more of those.
Mia Stevens, a 5'9" senior, averaging 5.5 points per ball game. And again, Mike Walsh right here looking for a miss by Mia Stevens. Force the ball into the forecourt and hoist up a 3.
Yeah, you got to have the 3 now.
Paul Bieber huddling his troops. During that last timeout, he was telling his girls, go out and defend the 3-point line. Don't worry about the 2, but don't foul on the 3-point attempt. Well, let's see what Mia Stevens can do right here. Boy, her first point of the ball game would be her biggest point of the season.
Yep.
Line left, spins the basketball. Sights it, dips, shoots, short, rebound, Gilbert, put it up, no good. Rebound, Medvitz. Medvitz to Veerhoff. Veerhoff looks at the clock, into the forecourt, right wing, unloads the 3, way off the mark, and that'll do it. Lorain Admiral King has come into the Pioneer Gym and pulled the shocker. Paul Bieber's club knocks off the Lady Pioneers of Elyria, 59-56. Elyria with their first LEL loss. The Lady Pioneers are now 4-1 in the league. Their second straight defeat drops them to 8-2 on the season. Lorain Admiral King with their second win in the league, now 2-4 in conference play, and Paul Bieber's team 4-6 on the season. You can hear the happy shrieks in front of us.
Shrieks is right, but those girls deserve to be happy. Not a lot of people gave them a chance coming into this gymnasium. They've got a good, solid team. They've got some talent, but to come here to Elyria to beat an 8-1 team that's played great basketball to begin the season, again, something that's a bit of a surprise, to say the least, as an understatement, Tim.
Boy, Lorain Admiral King had a 13-point lead at 55-42, and then Elyria with a furious 13-point charge to come back and tie the game at 55. But Shayla Wright, with her only field goal in the ball game, put Lorain Admiral King on top, 57-55. A free throw by Veerhoff made it 57-56. And then 2 more points by the Admirals make it 59-56, and they hold on for the victory. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and wrap things up from the Pioneer Gym after this on the WEOL Colson and Colson Cage Matchup.
My love and peace will send thee all through the night. Guardian angels will attend thee all
Welcome back to the Elyria Pioneer Gym, where we have witnessed a thriller in girls basketball, and the Lorain Admiral King Lady Admirals pull the stunner. They come into Elyria and knock off the Lady Pioneers by a final of 59-56. Lorain Admiral King now 2-4 in the Lake Erie League and 4-6 on the year. Elyria with their first conference loss, 4-1 in the league and 8-2 on the season. Again, a terrific ball game, Wally, one that went pretty much in Admiral King's favor for the first 3.5 quarters. They led by 4 at the end of one, 17-13, pushed it out to 9 at the half, 35-26, led by 10 at the end of 3, 50-40, and you just sensed that Elyria didn't have an answer for Lorain Admiral King's inside presence of Jamie King and Heather Salva. And then in the fourth quarter of play, Lorain Admiral King opened it up to a 13-point advantage at 55-42, and then came that Lorain Admiral King, or excuse me, that Elyria charge as a 13-point run by Elyria tied the game at 55, but then Shayla Wright's field goal put Lorain Admiral King back on top, 57-55. A Veerhoff free throw made it a 1-point ball game at 57-56. Admiral King would add 2 more to make it 59-56 and stave off Elyria for a great win for Lorain Admiral King. And we'd like to welcome into our post-game show the victorious head coach of Lorain Admiral King, Paul Bieber. Paul, we were mentioning we didn't know if you would have a voice left for our post-game show. A very emotional game, an intense game, and yet you had to be thrilled with the way that your kids gutted it out, especially after Elyria made that 13-point run to tie the basketball game.
Right, that was the thing. We shouldn't have let them make that run, but after they did, we gathered our wits and made more good plays than bad plays. The pass from Salva to Wright for a basket was big, and then Shayla Gilbert's basket to 59, she just gutted that out. That was a loose ball. She ripped it. She went down, made the basket under pressure. That was big time, and then she made the loose ball tie up there mid-court, and then she got the rebound on the missed foul shot. So, I mean, she was big time, and that's what we talked about at the end. They made great plays, we made great plays, but you got to make the plays at the end to win games like this. And Elyria has been doing that for a lot of years. That's why they've had the run they've had the last 3-4 years. You knew it was coming. You just hoped you could withstand. And if we'd have made our foul shots, I think that would have been a little easier to withstand, but we had foul trouble. We didn't have the right people in at the time they were making a run, but that's the game.
Coach, you told us during the pregame show you thought if you could get the ball inside and not turn it over before you got it in to Heather and Jamie, they would have big ball games, and certainly you proved to be prophetic. Once you got it inside, they didn't have anybody to match up with either Jamie or Heather Salva.
Exactly. And when we did that, we were pretty successful. And you can't argue when your kids follow the game plan, and they executed. Jamie and Heather hit the shots. It looks easy, but it's not.
But Paul, to regroup like you did once they did tie it at 55, that's not an easy thing to do. For you, you've got to keep the girl composed somehow, to let them know what they need to do. But at the same time, you're trying to do that for yourself, and that's quite a task. I think at that point, most people would have thought, well, Elyria caught them, they'll probably go on to win, but you proved everybody wrong.
Well, the one thing we just kept saying to them, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, because if you can beat them for 30 minutes, you can certainly beat them for 32 minutes. You just got to not say, uh-oh, here it goes again, they're going to win. And we made enough good plays, and hopefully now we can build on this. 4-6, we talked in the pregame. I don't think we're a 4-6 team, even though we're 4-6. And hopefully we can build on this and get more competitive and end up with a winning season.
I just wanted to ask you, how big can this win be overall for your basketball team?
Well, if we use it to build on it, if it's not just a flash in the pan there. I thought our defense was terrific the whole game. I mean, if it wasn't for the fouls, I think they just crushed us at the foul line.
They sure did. Right?
And I thought we could have done a better job of not fouling and things of that nature, but I thought our defense was very good, and while Veerhoff scored well, we made her really, really work to get what she got. Gilbert, again, did a great job on her in the second half. You're never going to stop a player like that. You can just try to limit them and hope that you can wear them down and maybe be able to get what you want at the end.
You out-rebounded them, and that was a huge
Well, that had to happen. We had to get it inside the score, and we had to out-rebound them.
Coach, this is a ball game that you could just sense the girls were really into this. You were very intense, emotional on the ball game. Or Could you sense that they had that kind of feeling that they really wanted to go out there and get this contract?
Without any doubt. Without any doubt. And just the whole thing is it's a 32-minute game. It's not a 16-minute game. It's not a 24-minute game. It's a 32-minute game. And you got to fight it all the way through for 32 minutes. And that's what we try to get across. Don't waste this effort. Don't make it a stereotypical fold-a-roo at the end. And we managed to do it on the road, no less.
As you said, you anticipated the run by Elyria. They made their run. Did you sense that doubt? Did you see that doubt in your girls'
the
eyes?
mistakes, but when it came off the court, and I'd get on them, instead of putting their heads down and sulking, they're all nodding their heads. You could see the fire in their eyes, and we made more good plays than bad. We didn't make all good plays, but we made more good ones than bad at the end. Even the last play there on Verhoff, she's looking for the 3. We're not giving them the 3. We're going to give them the 2. Throw it in there, make a layup. I don't care. But they just stayed up there, didn't foul her, and they didn't get a very good look at the basket.
Paul, were you holding your breath at all at the end? Because as we watched the game, as you coached it and the officials called it, it did seem that most of the close calls were going against you, Paul.
The OHSAA said, tell us that the referees did a wonderful job,
Okay.
and for the most part, I'll have to agree they did. And anytime it's a close call, you want it your way.
Very good.
That's it's the bottom line.
I guess I'm allowed to say that, though, aren't I?
That's right.
Yeah, maybe. But, boy, it seemed that way. You guys survived it anyway. It was a great win.
Yeah, it was a great win. Great win on the road against a very, very good basketball team.
Well, hopefully it'll be a springboard for you. I know this Saturday you go over to Shaker Heights, so certainly this should propel you into the second half of the
Well,
campaign.
there's no rest in the LEL. Even if the teams don't have great records or they're not a disciplined team with a great player like Elyria, they all have athletes and they can all beat you. You can't take any days off. We got another tough one on the road.
Coach, congratulations on a great victory. That was a fun one to watch and a fun one to call.
Well, thank you.
And
enjoyed
hopefully
it.
a fun one to coach.
Oh, they're all fun. When it stops being fun, I'm done.
There you go.
All right, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Congratulations. Paul Bieber, the head coach of the Lorain Admiral King Lady Admirals. Again, a heart-stopping 59-56 win over the Lady Pioneers of Elyria High tonight here at the Pioneer Gym. Some quick individual numbers for you. For the Elyria High Lady Pioneers, off the bench, Casey Branham was scoreless in the ball game, as was Samantha White. Desiree Green had a free throw for 1 point. Alana Lynch, a couple of buckets for 4 points in the ball game. Cherry Eanes did a nice job off the bench for Elyria tonight, as she had 9 in a reserve role for Elyria. Starting 5, Allie Vargo was scoreless in the ball game. Julie Cito had a field goal for 2 points before fouling out in the fourth quarter. Jackie Medvitz finished up with 6. And 2 Elyria starters in double figures. Nikki Jackson had 13, including 8 in the final quarter of play. Kate Bierhoff led all scorers with 21 points. Kate tried to do it, tried to hit that final one for Elyria, but couldn't quite bring them home. Bierhoff led all scorers, though, with her 21. Elyria with a total of 56, quarters of 13, 13, 14, and 16. For the Lady Admirals of Lorain Admiral King, off the bench, Donzie Hammonds did not score in the basketball game. Shayla Wright, only 2 points, but a huge field goal in the fourth quarter of play. Amy Mahalski hit a 3-point bomb in the third quarter for 3 points in the ball game. Kim Gardner had a free throw in the first quarter for 1. Nicole Fraze had 5 points in the ball game off the bench for Paul Bieber. Starting 5, Mia Stevens was scoreless in the ball game. Sierra Wooten had a field goal, 2 free throws for 4 points, and 3 starters in double figures. Heather Salva finished up with 11. Shayla Gilbert had a 12-point ball game, including the field goal late that put Lorain Admiral King up by 3. And Jamie King with a very strong ball game in the paint tonight for Lorain Admiral King. Jamie finished up with a game-high 21 points. She tied Kate Bierhoff for game-high scoring honors with 21. Lorain Admiral King with a total of 59, quarters of 17, 18, 15, and a 9-point fourth quarter. Boy, they were hanging on by their fingernails, but they managed to pull it out with the 3-point win, 59-56. Wally, some final numbers to look at?
Yeah, numbers that jump out at you. Free throws, as Paul Bieber was wondering about them. Elyria outscored Admiral King 16-9 from the free throw line, yet Admiral King was there 25 times. They were 9 of 25, only 1 of 11 in the second half, and it almost came back to really hurt them. badly. Elyria ended up 16 of 27 free throws. Admiral King from the field, 24 of 54, 2 of 6 3-pointers. And Elyria, 20 of 53. And to my count, no 3-pointers made for Elyria tonight, although they did take a number of them. And again, Admiral King out-rebounds Elyria 41 to 28. A big difference there. Turnovers, Admiral King had a few more, and both teams had a lot of fouls tonight as everybody got into the double bonus.
Well, yeah, I remember that one sequence down here, the basket to our left. Lorain Admiral King had about 5 or 6 cracks at it before Jamie King finally had a putback.
Yeah, that was huge.
They dominated inside. All right, one more item of business to take care of on our post-game show on our Colson and Colson girls cage matchup, and that's our Liberty Auto Group Student Athlete Awards. And tonight's Student Athlete Awards are brought to you by the Liberty Auto Group, Ohio's fastest growing auto group. Each and every ball game, our Colson and Colson cage matchups, we honor young ladies and young men for their performance not only on the basketball floor but in the classroom as well. So let's start things off for the visiting Lorain Admiral King Lady Admirals, as head coach Paul Bieber has nominated for his Liberty Auto Group Student Athlete Award Heather Salva, 5'11 senior. And Wally, Heather Salva with a grade point average of 3.9. She's in the National Honor Society at Lorain Admiral King. She is ranked number 2 in the senior class at Lorain Admiral King High School.
Outstanding work.
Tell you what, that is outstanding. Averaging 6.5 points per ball game, had 11 tonight. But again, as you said earlier, to be ranked number 2 in her class, that's a tremendous accomplishment. So congratulations to Heather Salva of Lorain Admiral King. She is Lorain Admiral King's Liberty Auto Group Student Athlete Award winner for tonight. And for the Elyria High Lady Pioneers, let us congratulate 5'10 junior Samantha White. Samantha White, Wally, is in the top 5 in her class in Elyria, carrying a grade point average of 4.4. Carrying honors classes, and again, just
That's
a
amazing.
Tremendous student here at Elyria High. So congratulations to Samantha White of Elyria, 5'10 junior. She is tonight's Liberty Student Athlete Award winner for the Elyria Lady Pioneers. And of course, each one of those young ladies will receive their WEOL t-shirt with the award emblazoned on the back, and we will embroider their name and the date of tonight's ball game on that t-shirt. And of course, both of those t-shirts, Walster, are Boscorn Productions. So congratulations, Samantha White of Elyria and Heather Salva of Lorain Admiral King. They are our Liberty Auto Group Student Athlete Award winners for tonight. I don't know what's going on here. So, yeah, Terry Howell.
Are we on?
Yeah,
we're on.
we sure are,
This is
Terry.
the St. Mary 6th grade Lady Cougars basketball team. And we have a couple of sisters that start for the Elyria Lady Pioneers. What's your sister's name?
Jackie.
Jackie what?
Medvets.
Jackie Medvets. And your sister's name?
Julie. Cito.
Okay, so
very good.
I think we have some future pioneers in the near future. My daughter, Cassandra.
Hi.
And?
Mary Beth.
Oh, your name's Sarah too? No. Okay.
And they want to be
Well,
playing.
they want to see what the big time radio thing was all about, and
well, they showed up at the wrong gym then, didn't they?
Hi, I'm Tess Cito. Hi, I'm Sandra Howell. Hi, I'm Mary Beth Milchin. I'm Amanda Medvets.
And I'm Tim Elkhorn, and we're glad to have you here tonight. I feel like I'm at a big pajama party or something.
Anyone who's listening is 6th grade. We're famous. Yeah.
Say bye, ladies.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, have
good
a
night,
good night.
ladies.
Good luck to you.
Terry, I think it's past their bedtime. It's time to get them on home.
And
all right. Again, the final, Lorain Admiral King over Elyria, 59-56. Another thriller, Wally.
Yeah.
A great ball game
2
on
in a
our
row.
Colson and Colson cage matchup.
Can we make it a third Friday night?
You're with me on Friday.
Yeah, again, right? Hey, the triumvirate.
Boy, no doubt about it. Over at the Lorain Admiral King gym, we'll see if the Admiral boys can make it 2 for 2 on the Admiral King Elyria week. Again, that's our next Colson and Colson cage matchup. The Admirals hosting Elyria High Friday night, 7 o'clock, right here on WEOL. Any final comments, Walster, before we wrap it up?
No, another enjoyable game to do. A tough one to lose for Elyria. They fought back and again tied it after being down 13, but just not enough tonight. But a great one to do and a great win for Admiral King. Our congratulations to them.
Terrific win, and again for Elyria, they'll need to regroup. Saturday they go to Mentor, considered by most to be the class of the LEL, and certainly Mike Welsh's team will have their hands full. Disappointing loss tonight for Elyria. Their home mark drops to 6-1 with the defeat Again, the final, Lorain Admiral King over Elyria, 59-56. Many people to thank as far as tonight's broadcast was concerned. Our engineer back on the board, Dancing Danny Perrick. Outstanding work as always from Danny. We appreciate his efforts. Thanks to our engineer on site, Kevin Mayer. Kevin, great job. Wally, thanks to you. And of course, the biggest thanks goes to you, the listeners. We hope you enjoyed it. Terrific ball game. Lorain Admiral King hangs on for the victory.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.